3D Matt here, back with another video for everyone. This is a long-awaited video here. I'll be doing a review on my Bambu Lab X1 Carbon. I've had this 3D printer for over a year, have done quite a few prints along with having that learning curve being new to the 3D printing community. We'll be going over what I think of the printer, how reliable it's been for me, and what I've learned over the ownership so far. Of course, a link to this will be included in the video description. My version also includes the AMS on top that allows it to do 4 different colors at once. So first with the unboxing, just to give a brief overview, this 3D printer is extremely well packed. You do have to be very careful and make sure you remove all the packaging components before using it. They will have various markings around the printer where fasteners are required to be removed in order to take off any brackets. This ensures nothing moves around during shipping. This is definitely one of those things where you need to follow the supplied instructions. Next was moving on to the back side and installing the appropriate electrical connectors and lines. The AMS can sit on top or it can sit off to the side depending on your personal preference. Fasten the exterior roll holder into place. This is held on with 2 screws. At the front, remove the tape off the ribbon cable and then connect it into the digital screen. This simply snaps into place, no fasteners needed. This is a small touch screen that allows you to fully control the printer. You're also able to insert a memory card for files or record video. This does come with a smooth build plate. This is magnetic and simply sits in place. It does need to be cleaned thoroughly with soap and water, and then glue can be applied, which allows the parts to stay in place and also allows it for a quick release. As you can see, this just sits into place with the magnetic bed. You can also see there is a couple extra pieces that I do need to remove inside. These are just foam packaging pieces. Once the printer is on, then we can go through the prompts on the screen to fully set it up. Here we can see the language connected to the Wi-Fi internet, pair the printer with the mobile devices, etc. Once it's been set up, you can see this 3D printer does have an internal camera where you're able to either record a print or keep an eye on your project. There has been many times where I've been away from home and left the 3D printer going. I'm able to keep an eye on it, and if there is a fault, I can then cancel the print. After that, it will take a few minutes for the printer to run through all its tests. It's best to set this up on a surface where you plan to keep it on. If you do move it, you do risk throwing off the adjustments. However, you can reactivate this setting to level out the printer again. This printer does have a very rigid construction, so I can't see too much of that flex happening. Bambu Lab does a great job of keeping all the software and firmware up to date. I have used both the software on my Mac and Windows computers. It's very similar to use on either platform and is extremely easy to use. Beyond that, there is a load of support online available if you do have any questions. The support base is posts or what they have published on their website. I haven't had to use their customer service yet. I have found that the interface of the touchscreen has changed throughout its ownership. There has always been some mild modifications, and then the more recent update has more drastic changes to the interface. I've printed loads of different projects with this, either finding pre-made models online or making my own. For making my own, I have used Bambu Lab software. I do find it does have some limitations to the complexity of a model. That could be a user fault of mine, not giving it enough time, or that could be just a basic design software. I started out using AutoCAD for my models as that was something I was trained in. However, I was finding that AutoCAD wasn't giving me those smooth radiuses. Instead, I found the radiuses were made up of small lines to make a curve instead of one smooth continuous curve. I then looked into Fusion 360, taught myself how to use that, and that's been my go-to program for modeling. For materials, I've printed different variations of plastics with carbon fiber, PETG, ASA, PLA, and TPU. Being that this is an enclosed printer, it's great for those filaments that require a hot space to print. These materials have either been from Bambu Lab and also other sources. Each material has its own learning curve. They may require different printing speeds, different heat ranges, and can be prone to warping or surface imperfections. This does take a lot of time to learn, and there's definitely plenty of resources online to help with some of those troubleshooting. Beyond different materials, I have made prints for both decoration and functionality. Typically, I go more for the functionality aspect, either making items to improve workflow for myself, replacing a damaged part, or making a custom part. Some examples I've made is a switch panel for my truck, toolbox or drawer organizers, iPod holder, signs, threaded fittings for my sprinkler system, light fixture clips, etc. Overall, I do have to say I'm extremely impressed with this printer. The quality right out of the box is amazing. If you do take the time to learn, you can greatly increase the quality as well. You don't actually realize how useful this thing is until you own one. The capabilities are endless, and you're only really limited to what you're willing to do. For a new user, this was extremely easy to set up and use. The only issues I've really encountered problems with the printer is warping, where I had to make adjustments for that, and some filament breaking, causing a jam. Sorting out a jam can be a little tedious, but this printer is made to be easily serviceable. I have also noticed on their website that they do have a wide range of parts, so if something does fail, it's easily replaceable. This concludes the rest of my video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have purchased this printer as well, please be sure to share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to give my video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel for more 3D related videos. Thank you for watching.